Warriors, I welcome you to another important video. My friends, let me go back to my own healing journey if I can just for a few moments here to give you some context in terms of what we're going to be going through today in this very important video. When I was healing, I would find out the proper self-care work for myself. That was a combination of learning how to reframe my past traumas, learning how to respond in the present moment to fear and sensitivity, and doing things such as meditation to calm my nervous system. These things were very important for me, and when I was first introduced to them, and I went through a week or two on that particular path, I started to feel better. When I started to feel better, I stopped doing the very things I needed to do for myself in order to convince my subconscious mind and body that this new feeling and these new interpretations of reality were in fact the real me. And when I stopped doing those things, I had this feeling of, oh my goodness, I'm there. I'm past the finish line, so to speak. And then I gradually, as I went back to those old destructive and self-sabotaging habits, I started to feel worse again. Warriors, this is very consistent down the line with people suffering from anxiety, as well is the case where they begin to do the self-care work and they don't get the immediate results that they're looking for, and therefore they go searching for the next thing that may help them within the allotted time that they have for themselves. Don't be that person. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a contract. Today, we're going to go over this very important contract that you need to make with yourself prior to starting the healing journey. Why? Because as I mentioned, consistency is the key. Accountability is the key. We must not take our focus off of this healing path, this journey that we're on. We cannot be distracted by temptations from the past that only draw us in towards temporary good feelings. We must stay focused on the self-care work. And in order to do so, we have to create a contract with ourselves that says 3 months. 3 months of dedication to myself, prioritizing myself before anybody else. And so, warriors, I've written down some very important components, and I would highly recommend that you go get a piece of paper right now to do the rough copy of your 3-month contract prior to starting your healing journey, whether that be through coaching, therapy, any kind of methodology, it's fine, but you do want to stay committed and stay on the path. So grab a piece of paper. I'll wait for about 5 seconds. Perfect. And if you didn't get the piece of paper, then I hope you have a really good memory, or you're going to watch this video multiple times. Now, on that piece of paper, you want to write on the top, 3-month contract. Okay, so we need a time frame in terms of how long we're going to stick to the very things that we need to stick to in order to build some new habits for ourselves. Now, what's really important for this contract is to add color. Your subconscious loves color. So if there's something really colorful, it's going to be attracted to that very thing, and it's going to wonder what it's all about. So you don't want to make it black and white. You want to add some different colors to it, depending on the sentence that you're in, but just keep shifting it, keep changing it, and adding different colors line after line. Okay? You want to add the date at the top. So the date that you are starting your commitment to your inner healing and anxiety recovery journey. So we have the date at the top, so we are clear. This is the day. This is the commitment. This is when everything changes for me. I'm no longer going to become a victim to how I feel or how I think or the traumas from my past. No, no, no. Today's the day where I commit to X. So we have the date, we have the colors, and what we want to make sure we do is when we're done this contract, we want to put it up on our wall, our bedroom wall preferably, so that it's the first thing that you see upon waking up and the last thing you see prior to going to bed. Okay? Very important, because we want to start our day reminding ourselves of the content that is in our 3-month contract. Okay? Now, here's what you want to start with in terms of your first sentence on that 3-month committed inner healing journey contract. I wake up every morning with the mindset that. Okay? So I wake up every morning with the mindset that ... The mindset is very, very important. The mindset is what makes the skill sets work. So when you have the right mindset going into the day and going into your change work, you're going to find that intuitively the answers start appearing. Okay? Now let me give you a couple examples of what you can add in terms of your mindset. Okay? If these resonate with you, add them to the end of this sentence. Okay? But you just need one. I wake up every morning with the mindset that. Couple examples. That symptoms are messages. So if you're struggling with bodily symptoms, symptoms are messages. Okay? Icky feelings are opportunities. Icky feelings are opportunities. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful mindset going into the day. If I have an icky feeling, that's an opportunity to convince the deepest parts of me that this situation is in fact a safe experience. It's not a threatening one. There's nothing that we need to get caught up in here. There's no reason to mobilize the body to fight or flight. None of those things. Icky feelings are opportunities. What a beautiful mindset. Another example of the proper mindset is my subconscious loves me unconditionally. My subconscious loves me unconditionally. So instead of thinking that these feelings, these thoughts, and this current anxious experience that you're going through is something that is self-sabotaging, your body hates you, your mind hates you, that sort of thing, or you're not wired properly in your brain, those sorts of things, we say our subconscious loves me unconditionally. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful mindset that we can take for the day. Or cooperation, not competing with my symptoms. Cooperation, not competing with my symptoms. Imagine that. Cooperating with your bodily symptoms. Cooperating with your intrusive thoughts. Cooperating with your past. Getting to a place where you reinterpret those things. These, my friends, are all mindsets that you can acquire, or if something else resonates with you, you can, at the top of your contract, add that mindset to it, right? But again, at the top, after the date, and after we understand that we have to put this contract on our wall, we start with the sentence, I wake up every morning with the mindset that. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful way of starting the day, because we get so frantic in the morning. We don't know how to think about the day. We don't know how to take on our symptoms, whether those are mental, emotional, physical, whatever it may be. So getting the proper mindset in and getting clear is very, very crucial. after you've created your mindset, here's the next thing you want to put on your contract. I turn my focus entirely on the process, not the outcome by ... I turn my focus entirely on the process, not the outcome by ... And I'm going to repeat these things consistently so that you write them down, my friends, and then we follow through on this, because it's very important that we get very clear on how this contract should be structured. So here we're talking about focusing on the process, not so much the outcome. Now, here are a couple examples of this. By recognizing my progress. Recognizing my progress. Notice a lot of people focus so much on how far they still have to go in their healing journey, and they never pay attention to the progress that you're making. So this can be the end of the beginning sentence of I turn my focus entirely on the process, not the outcome, by recognizing my progress, or by engaging in my six senses. Engaging in my six senses. Or by reminding myself that this journey must be traveled in full. Again, what are these examples? These examples are examples to bring us back into the present moment, and in order for us to experience what's taking place right now. Because anxiety is very much two-part. It's a part where we unconsciously relive the traumas from our past. Okay, panic attacks are a very good example of that. And hoping that the catastrophic thing that we're imagining might come true in the future doesn't come true. So we're constantly on our toes, fixated, and we go through each and every day feeling tired but wired many times, when in fact there's no particular reason to be tired or wired. Okay, so again, I turn my focus entirely on the process, not the outcome by. Finish the sentence. The next thing we write down on the contract is I declare that I must sacrifice these three things in order for me to stay on the healing path. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Why? Because there are many, many sacrifices that we have to make in order for us to heal ourselves. Many of those sacrifices we consciously know, and many of them we don't know. But we need to bring them to our attention, because we can't change anything that is outside of our awareness. We can't change anything that is outside of our awareness. So here's a couple of examples of things that you may need to sacrifice, okay? This friend. So there may be a friend out there that just simply gobbles up your energy reserves, right? An energy vampire of some sort. You have a long-standing relationship with them, right? But on the opposing side of things, you get nervous and anxious prior to meeting with them, or answering the phone when they're calling, or talking to them through Messenger or something, feeling like you need to be in line with their negativity or their victimness or their helplessness. So again, in this part of the contract, I declare that I must sacrifice these three things in order for me to stay on the healing path. The first one could be this friend. The next one could be these junk foods, temporary serotonin rush, temporary dopamine rush. You feel rewarded. You feel a sense of, oh my God, if I eat that junk food, I'm going to feel good temporarily, and therefore I can distract myself from my symptoms and so forth. My friends, distracting yourself will never get you to where you want to go. Period. End of story. Okay? So we need to sacrifice these junk foods maybe, or these distraction-related habits. Distraction-related habits. And there are so many of them, Many people out there, for example, will find themselves working out excessively. That's a good example. Working out excessively 2-3 times throughout the day. And working out is very beneficial, right? We need to strengthen our bodies. We need to strengthen our muscles, our bones, our hearts, and so forth. But when you work out, my friends, you need to work out for the pleasure of working out, moving towards something, some goal, but not looking to move away from something else, right? Notice the difference. One, when I'm working out, I'm in the present moment, I'm working towards a goal. And two, on the opposing spectrum, I'm looking to run away from my symptoms. I'm looking to run away from my anxiety. I'm looking for a temporary relief from what I've been experiencing, my thoughts, whatever it may be. So that's a good example of a distraction habit. Again, that could be one of the three things that you need to sacrifice in this 3-month contract. So I hope that's clear. As well, I'll be adding this in the description of this video, so please visit the description, my friends, and you'll get super clear on exactly what needs to be in that contract. But let's keep going here. So we have the 3 sacrifices that we have to make. The next line is this: I am committed to utilizing these 3 tools each and every day. I am committed to utilizing these 3 tools each and every day. Oh my God, how good you're going to be at these tools within your toolkit for healing, right? Let me give you a couple examples here, and I'll put some cards at the top to help you to understand these specific tools. Number 1, reframing. Okay, reframing has a lot to do with reorganizing our belief systems and discharging stored energy, getting that suppressed emotion out of us, resolving things from the past. That's all reframing work, okay? So that could be one of the 3 tools that you need to utilize each and every day. Responding, okay? Learning how to respond to a sensitized moment, a fear, a thought, a sensation, someone on the outside, whatever it may be. So that could be one of your 3 tools that you need to really dial in and hone in on to get really good at each and every day. Or simply meditation, right? For example, meditation. So when you wake up and you see this part of the contract, you know what you need to bring with you throughout the day, rather than going online, going on Google, finding a million different mentors, trying a skill or a tip or a piece of advice, it not working the way you want it to work, and then feeling sorry for yourself again. We don't want that. So when we have this part of the contract super clear, we know which tools we're bringing with us on that day for 3 months. 3 months, okay? You can stick to the same tools for 3 months, but you can reorganize them. For example, let's take reframing. You've been reframing your past. Okay, learn how to reframe your future now. See what we're doing here? You've been meditating. You've been meditating in terms of color meditation or mantra meditation. Okay, well, we can change that now, and we can move towards self-healing, self-loving, more compassion-based meditation, whatever it is. So we stay on the same path, but we can make some tweaks as we go, okay? Now, one of my favorite parts of this contract, okay, we have all those things down now. At this point, we want to focus on a reward for following through each and every evening. So yes, you followed through with your contract. You've done a great job. You feel good about your progress. And now you get to reward yourself in some way. I'm not talking about going out and, buying a new car or something like that. No, my friends. Okay, we're not doing that sort of reward. But here are a couple of options for you. And I want you to make a list. And I want you to come up with 3 different options in terms of your nightly reward for following through with your contract. First one could be a warm bath. Oh my goodness, what's better than a warm bath, right? You got some binaural beats in the background, some meditative music, some calming stuff, and you're not fighting with your sensations, you're not fighting with your thoughts, but you're cooperating with those, and you're going, hey, it's okay to let go in this moment. And the warm bath could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it doesn't matter, but that could be your reward. Foot massage. Hey, honey, come on over. It's time for my foot massage, right? And you can make this deal with your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it may be. But I know that the majority of people that are supporting you will do whatever it takes for you, right? And so a foot massage for 5, 10, 15 minutes for following through with your contract makes us feel like not only are we supported by another person, but it brings us closer together, right? Another reward could be alone time. Honey, tonight, you take the kids. I have 15 minutes of alone time by myself tonight. So you make that arrangement prior to following through with your contract. Make sure you have your rewards for each and every evening set prior to committing to this contract, my friends. And again, you can get super, super creative with this, okay? Get creative with it. I've just given you a couple examples. But the more rewarded we feel for something that we've done, the more we're going to want to do that thing that we did, right? That's how it works, right? I'm going to go out and I'm going to, hit some tennis balls. I used to be a tennis player. And I feel like, wow, I'm playing really, really good today. My backhand is excellent. Okay, tomorrow what I'm going to want to do is to hit more backhands because it gave me that good feeling, and so on and so forth. Now, on the opposing spectrum, there's also a punishment. Okay, I'm not talking about physically abusing yourself or emotionally abusing yourself. No. We've been through enough of that stuff in the past, haven't we? We don't want that kind of punishment, but something that says, I need to get back on that horse tomorrow. I've fallen off and I need to get back on tomorrow. So that feeling of I'm going to come back and refocus where my focus is going, refocus my energy on prioritizing myself, something that gives you that feeling of I can't wait till tomorrow morning to start over. Okay, so let's say you didn't do as good a job throughout the day as you wanted with your contract and the things you wanted to implement. In the evening, you've got the punishment aspect of things, and here are a couple examples. Cold shower. Not many people out there like cold showers. I particularly do like cold showers. I've trained myself to do hot and cold showers on a daily basis, but not a lot of people do. So that could be your punishment, maybe a 1-minute cold shower, for not following through. Maybe you were speaking to somebody else and you were speaking in a very, very much a victim-like manner. Okay, well, we didn't really follow through the way we wanted to today. Or maybe you were about to expose yourself to something that you've been fearing for a while and you didn't really follow through and you feel a little bit down about it. Okay, well, let's do this punishment so that tomorrow we can make sure that we have the courage to follow through. Okay, so cold shower. Or throw out your favorite shirt. I've done this before. Throwing out your favorite shirt. It's not fun, not enjoyable. It creates a sense of, oh, darn, right? I never want that to happen again. Okay, so that could be one of the parts of the punishment as well. Or if you really want to be kid-like, eat something yucky. Okay, get your kids involved. Eat something yucky. Hey, daddy's about to eat something yucky because he didn't follow through on parts of his contract. Yay, kids are happy. You're like, oh God, right? But again, right, these are creative, fun ways to get the message across to your conscious mind to say, I need to hold myself accountable. I need to be fully responsible for my anxiety. Nobody else. No longer, warrior, should you be dependent on anything or anybody, but we must gain that feeling of independence if we are going to heal anxiety for good. Okay, remember those words. Now, we've gone through all those parts of the contract, right? Now comes one of the most important parts. The contract must be signed by you and 3 people that you love the most. 3 people that you love the most. Okay, so you've got your signature, you've got 3 other people that are going to help you stay accountable. Why do we do this? We could easily just sign it ourselves, okay, and let ourselves down, right? But I know in particular that if I let myself down sometimes, I don't know if I'll be able to get myself back towards things that I really am committed to doing. It might take some time. But if I let the people that I love down, that's a whole nother story, right? If I let them down, there's going to be that feeling, that guilty feeling that we can use productively, okay? These feelings that we deem as being bad feelings can be used as inspiration and motivation, okay? Such as guilt, okay? Guilt weighs very heavily on someone, so heavily that they begin to take so much action each and every day in their lives so that they never feel that feeling again. When your son signs that contract, are you able to look him in the eyes and say, Mommy or Daddy did their best today for themselves? Not only for themselves, but for your future as well, right? It's going to be difficult. So you sign it, 3 other people that you love sign it, and boom, there's your contract. Warriors, as I mentioned, go to the description or watch this video multiple times. The contract is the starting point of your healing journey over anxiety. But again, anxiety is just one aspect of this change work. Okay, you're becoming more creative. You are finding your purpose. You're no longer overthinking and relying on your intellect solely. You are allowing your intuition, your spontaneousness to come back into your life. And let me tell you something. When your intuition begins speaking, when you feel the answer, trust it and act on it, that's what healing is. And warriors, we definitely need that trust within ourselves and our bodies, and we definitely need the faith in our futures that we can heal ourselves long term. You're exactly where you need to be on this journey. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Remember that you are more than anxiety. And if you have any other questions on any of the #1 anxiety recovery programs available today, head on over to this website right here. Bye-bye.